Let's practice factorization with another equation. And one more time, this is a problem in which a equals 1. So the number multiplying the x squared is a1. And the process for factorization is the same process every time, the same steps every single time. But let's do it. So we know we're going to be using the diamond method. So we need to build a sort of diamond shape. And we're going to place this coefficient, the c coefficient, the number without an x. In this case, it's a -8, and yes, we have to take the negative with us. We always take the signs. Then we look at the other coefficient, the coefficient with the bx, but we don't really care about the x. We only care about the coefficient. It's a +2, and we put it at the bottom of the diamond. Now that we have the top and bottom of the diamond, we need to look for the left and right numbers in the diamond. So those two numbers, remember, when we multiply those two numbers, they need to equal the top of the diamond, in this case, -8. And yes, it needs to be -8. But when those two numbers are added or subtracted, we need to get the bottom of the diamond, which is +2. So now is when factorization starts getting a bit more trickier, because now we need two numbers when multiplied are negative, but when added or subtracted are positive. So we need to find numbers, a combination between negatives and positives and so on. So in this case, one more time, you can pause the video if you want to think of the numbers. Otherwise, keep watching. We're going to show you the numbers that we need for this problem are +4 and -2, because +4 times -2 equals -8. So we fulfill the requirement of the top of the diamond. The top needs to be a multiplication. So we check it. And then +4 minus 2 is equal to +2. So we meet the bottom requirement of the diamond. So we check them. Now that the diamond is complete, remember the process. We build our equation again, putting the x squared and also the number without an x, we put it into our equation. And then that middle number, in this case, the +2x, we're going to separate it into the numbers of the left and right part of the diamond. So we have a +4 first. One more time. You can start with the -2 if you want to. You'll still get the correct answer. But let's put the +4 first in this case, and we place it in the middle. But remember, it's 2x, so this also needs to be 4x. Then we look at the right number in the diamond. This time is a -2. We place it in the middle as well, but it's +2x on the original equation, so this should be -2x. We always put the x. And one more time, we broke that middle term. We separated into the two numbers in our diamond. And one more time, do not forget about the x's. Now that we have this, let's call it equation, this expression with four terms, now we move on to the next step of building the two polynomials with parentheses, the two binomials with parentheses, x squared plus 4x minus 2x minus 8. We look at the first parenthesis and we need to find a common factor. The common factor, or the greatest common factor in this parenthesis, is going to be an x. Both are divisible by x. You can review lesson 2.5 about common factors. And we get this is x times x plus 4. Then we look at the second parenthesis, -2x minus 8. The common factor is -2. It's actually -2 because both are negatives. And one more time, feel free to review lesson 2.5. Our common factor, or our factorate of this parenthesis, is -2 in the outside, x plus 4 in the inside of the parenthesis. Now that we have finally factored our two binomials, we look at the parentheses. The two parentheses are equal, and remember, this is what we want. We want the parentheses to be exactly equal to each other, because when they are exactly equal to each other, that is one of our factors. And where do we look for the other factor? If this factor was the inside of the parentheses, the other factor, we look for the outside of the parentheses. We have an x, we have a minus 2, so that is our second factor, and this is our answer. This is the factor form of the expression x squared plus 2x minus 8. We can turn it into x plus 4 times x minus 2. But one more time, just because we have a equals 1, we can apply the shortcut on this problem, in which we simply put two parentheses with x's, and then we put the numbers we found in the diamond. We have positive 4, we place it in the first parenthesis, or you can place it in the second, still won't make a difference, it's still the answer. And then we take the second number in the diamond method, in this case -2, and we place it in the parentheses. And we get the factor form in a faster way. But one more time, please remember, this shortcut only works when a equals 1. That means when the x squared is being multiplied times a 1.